Hey, I just wanted to reach out to you and talk to you about the five things, the five strategies, the five elements, the five tips for getting rich in your niche. So, whether you own the business or you have salespeople that work for you, you must understand these five tips. Now, maybe you're a salesperson that works in an organization. And again, this stuff is vitally important. This is going to propel your business. And by the way, if you are a salesperson, you are in business for yourself, right? So whether you are the head of the department, whether you are in charge of the business, no matter where you're at, if you want to know how to get rich in your niche, you want to tune into this video and share it with other people so we can help as many people as we can, right? So check this out. Look, the number one thing to getting rich in your niche is your mindset. You have to have a success mindset. And that's a combination of, I want to say, three things. You have to have a certain attitude for success. You have to have a certain attitude for money, and you have to have a certain self-talk. So I want to dive into this because it's so vitally important, right? So let's talk about this. Number one thing is money, right? Money is the most important thing when it comes to money. Now, before you go all, what do you call it, crazy and saying, hey, Bert, money isn't as important as this or that. I'm not saying it is. Money is not the most important thing in the world. It's just the most important thing when it comes to money, right? If you want to have a better life, if you want to be able to support your children, if you want to be able to travel the world, if you want to have peace of mind and security, money is probably number one. So let's talk about your success mindset. Success mindset starts with understanding that rejection is a part of success, that going through the numbers, getting rejected, having people condemn, criticize you is just part of success, right? Getting hung up on the phone, getting deals canceled at the last minute, all of that is part of the success journey, right? And you have to be mentally ready for that. You have to understand that in order for you to be successful, you're going to have to go through a lot. You have to do a lot to get a lot, right? So having that as your starting point, knowing that no matter what, you are absolutely 100% determined to be successful, and that you're willing to go through the pain and you're willing to go through whatever it takes to be successful is going to make a night and day difference, right? Now, first of all, you have to believe in the product you're selling. You have to know that you are really out there helping people. That is also part of the success mindset. You have to really love what you're doing, and you have to absolutely 100% believe that it's helping other people, and you believe in yourself, right? That is part of the success mindset. Number two part of that success mindset is your affirmations, your self-talk. So if you're constantly saying to yourself, limiting negative affirmations, self-talk, you're self-critical, you are lowering your chances of success. You're beating yourself up, and that's not your job, right? Look, your number one job is simply to focus on your goals and go after them. And ignore the criticizers, ignore the critics, ignore the naysayers, ignore the crap that's out there, the haters, right? Because that's all part of success. Now, part of that self-talk, and I'll give you an example when I say affirmations or self-talk. I'm talking about you're going around saying, man, I'm always late. I never get good leads. I'm not a lucky person. Things of that nature are a big deal. They sound small, and people want to make them sound small, but they're really a big deal. Because how you talk to yourself is how you show up for yourself. So if you are walking around talking in positive ways, I believe in myself, I know I can do it, I trust myself to achieve my goals, I'm moving towards my goals today, these kind of self-talk, these kind of affirmations are going to also show up in your life, and you're going to attract people, you're going to be more successful, you're going to have a certain bounce in your step. All right, so let's get your mind right, let's get your self-talk right, and then specifically it's time to get your money squared away. Right, you have to understand how money works. You have to have money working for you. Look, I just talked to a friend of mine today. He's been a long-term client, and over the years we've become friends. And so he got to the point where he was making $50,000 a month. Life is great. He's got time freedom. Then he stopped doing those things that are important, and his business cratered. And so he just hired me again to help him build his business back up from zero. From zero. Now, check this out. He had a different self-talk when he got to $50,000, and he had a different self-talk to lose that $50,000. So how do you know if you've made it? When your money is making you money, and when I say making you money, when your money, when your investments can replace your active income, then at that point, I think you've made it. So until then, you have to work diligently towards your goals. You have to have money in the bank. You have to save that money. You have to invest that money. Does that make sense? And here's one of the myths about money. I don't have enough money to save. I don't have enough money to invest. Those are myths. Okay? Let's say you only have $5 a month. Start saving $5 a month. It's a habit. At the end of the year, you're going to have $60. That is $60 you wouldn't have had if you didn't start saving. And there's apps out there. I think one of them is called Crumbs. Another one's called Stash, that will take your little bitty money here and there, and you can buy some EFTs, you can buy some stocks. And I'm not going to here to give you stock advice, but the only stocks that I buy are the same stocks that Warren Buffett buys. And primarily he buys stocks that pay dividends. I kind of follow what Warren Buffett does, and then the other thing I do is I buy EFTs, like Dogs of the Dow and things of that nature, because they typically perform better than anything else. Look, professionals, full-time professionals, full-time fund managers seldom, if ever, beat the Dow. Seldom, if ever, beat the market. So stop wasting time trying to beat the market and just stay even with the market, and you'll do well. So start today by having a financial plan. And if you're in debt, good. Now it's time to get out of debt. And you can start with just $5 a month, $50 a month, whatever it is. But start putting it aside. Start getting to the point where you're thinking that your money has to work for you. And once you get into that, you will start creating success with your money. You will start having peace of mind with your money. You will start doing what 95% of the world cannot do, and that is retire on your terms. Think about that. All right, so I just got some connectivity issues, so hopefully this entire video will be seen. And if you have questions, hit me up down here in the comment section. I reply to all the questions personally. So step number one, you have to get your mind right, because how you talk to yourself, how you think about is what you bring about, right? And that shows up in your conversations, it shows up in your money, it shows up in everything you do. So you have to get your mind right. And that, when I say get your mind right, I mean, get your talk right, get your money right, get your affirmations right. I live on affirmations. Man, we are bombarded by so much negative crap. You have to stay on top of your affirmations, your self-talk, right? Okay, so step number two, to becoming rich in your niche, you have to have a lead gen program. How are people finding you? Are you doing Facebook ads? Are you doing referral marketing? Are you doing network marketing? Are you doing content marketing? How are you driving traffic to get people in your funnel? I was talking to an attorney yesterday, and this is very common among attorneys, among surgeons, among, again, 80% of people I talk to do not have a follow-up system. They don't even have a lead gen system. Let me back up. They don't even have a lead gen. They have no way of predicting how much traffic they're going to bring to their site, how they're going to make their phone ring. Could you imagine that? You spent 200 or 300 grand getting your education, opening up your business, and now you're going to hang the entire thing on hope? Hope is not a strategy, a business strategy. So you must have a lead gen system. And a real good one is Facebook ads, Google ads, start asking for referrals, right? And you can use something like Aweber or Infusionsoft to create an automatic follow-up system. And we're going to get into that in a second. But you must create some way of predicting how many people you're going to talk to, how many people are going to see you, and how many people are being driven to your to your website. How many of those people are going to convert, right? And then you get on the phone with them, either through a free strategy session or just outright call them, however you do that. And let me tell you, repetition is key. This is one of those areas where repetition is key, meaning you can't stop. You got to do it over and over and over again forever until you're retired. Number 3 is you pitch everybody. Look, yes, you want to work with qualified people, but the most qualified person is the person that you can get on the phone right now and pitch them, right? Or if you're doing door-to-door, you walk into an office, you don't know how much money they have, pitch them. Pitch everybody. One of the biggest sales that I ever made, the client told me they had no money, that they were about to close the doors, that their wife was mad at them, and it was just a litany of I'm broke, right? I'm getting that connectivity issue again. So this person told me they were broke like 6 different ways, and I tried to overcome the objection 3 or 4 times, and I did not and do not believe in pressuring somebody into doing something that they don't believe in. So I let this person go. And I said, hey, when you're ready, come back to me. I want to say like a week to 10 days went by. He called me up and says, Bert, I'm ready to do this. I'm going to put it on my credit card and I'm going to go for it. Now, before you ask, yes, I had asked about the credit card. I had asked about borrowing the money. Like I said, I covered the objection 3 or 4 times. Anyway, he called me up. He thought about it and he finally pulled the trigger. And that was one of the biggest sales I've ever made, right? So you pitch everybody. I used to do quite a bit of lead gen off Fiverr. I used to have gigs on Fiverr, and I would probably convert 1 out of every 15 or 20 sales on Fiverr into a $2,000 or $3,000 member or client, right? So it wasn't great conversion, but it wasn't bad, because first of all, they were paying me, and second of all, they were paying me again. So not necessarily bad deal, but then Fiverr got really funky about changing things. Anyway, I stopped using Fiverr. But you have to have a lead gen. You have to pitch everybody, because you just never know. And you don't have the right to judge them, right? So this goes back to your mindset. If you're broke and you're thinking that, man, I'm pitching this multi-$1,000 product, or maybe it's a multi-million-dollar product and there's no way you can afford this, and you start thinking about what you cannot do, you're going to psych yourself out, and you're not going to be any good to the organization, to yourself, to your family, to your clients. So you have to have the mind right. You got to have that self-talk right. You have to have the money mindset right. You have to have a lead gen system, and you have to pitch everybody. Regardless of what they tell you, you got to pitch them 3 or 4 times. Regardless of whether you think they have the money or not. You're talking to them. Pitch them anyway. You never close what you don't pitch. All right. Follow-up. Follow-up is crucial. 80% of your sales will be made. I take that back. 97% of your sales. 97% of your people will not buy from you the first time. they will buy the second call, the third call, the fourth call, the fifth call, right? Now, there is different stats out there, but bottom line is you're going to make most of your money between the 5th and 12th follow-up. Between the 5th and the 12th follow-up. Between the 5th and the 12th follow-up. Do you get it? So again, repetition here is key. You must have a follow-up system. Look, if you're dialing and smiling and you're creating a bunch of different leads, it may be impossible for you to follow up with all of them. So that's why it's good to have an automated follow-up system. Again, if you have questions, if you want to know what we do, I use a combination of Aweber and Infusionsoft, and I'll be glad to send you that information and you can check it out. And Aweber is what I start off a lot of my clients with because it's very simple, but it's very robust. And then for more advanced clients, then I move them into Infusionsoft. All right? So Aweber, Infusionsoft. If you want to know more details, hit me up in the comments below or bert@bertmartinez.com and I'll send you the details on it. But follow-up is crucial. How many things have you bought because somebody followed up with you? All right, connectivity issue again, so hopefully none of this is cutting out. And then number 5, never, ever, ever stop learning. Warren Buffett, once again, Warren Buffett says, the more you learn, the more you earn. So I am constantly reading, I'm watching videos, I'm listening to audios, right? I mean, luckily with today's technology, you can do all of this on your phone. So you don't need 3 or 4 different devices. Most of the cars today are Bluetooth enabled, so your phone can be playing an audio in your car. I subscribe to Audible, and I listen to everybody, and not just about selling or marketing, but in different topics of leadership and business and fitness, right? All of these things are important to having a fulfilling life, right? So let's review this. You have to have the right success mindset, which includes how you talk to yourself, how you see your money, right? Your affirmations, how you see yourself. You have to have the right mindset. Number 2, you must have a lead generating system. Without it, you're dead. You're going to struggle. It's the slowest, most painful way to make money. Number 3, you're going to pitch everybody. And let me clarify this. When I say pitch everybody, 2 things. Not only do you pitch them, but you follow up with a proposal or you follow up with a contract. It doesn't hurt. I mean, if you only get an extra sale or 2 a year because you followed up with everybody with a contract, that's great. Follow-up is critical, right? So one of the things that we do, and again, I'll be glad to hook you up with this, is in my automated follow-up system, I send everybody a proposal or a contract, depending on which follow-up system they're in. So whether or not they get on the phone with us, they automatically get a proposal. And it works. Number 5, again, you're always learning because you want to revitalize yourself. You want to get inspired. You want to be informed. You want to be motivated. And that's what continual learning will do for you. Now, you probably noticed this. It's how to make millions from your phone. And this is a webinar that I'm going to be putting together. And it's only $39. And you can just go to howtomake millionsfromyourphone.com, millionsfromyourphone.com, and you can sign up for the webinar. It's just $39. Early bird special, then it's going to go up in price. But right now you can get it for just $39. If for whatever reason you're having problems seeing the website, I'll be glad to hook you up. Bert@bertmartinez.com is my email address. I will take care of you. I'm hoping that you found this information very helpful. The 5 tips of how to get rich in your niche. Please share this with everybody that you know. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, not for me, well, a little bit for me, but because I want to be able to help you. I want to help you build your business. I want to help you build your career. I want to put more money in your pocket so you can buy your freedom. right? So you can have peace of mind, so you can have money in the bank, so you can take that money in the bank and invest it and buy real estate and buy stocks and buy bonds, so you can have the life that you've always dreamed of. Because let me tell you, you were put on this planet to succeed and not to be broke, not to be miserable, not to just pay bills, right? All right, so if you have questions, hit me up, bert@bertmartinez.com. Nope, take that back. If you have questions, put them in the comment section below, and I will answer them in the comment section below so everybody can see them. We want to help as many people as possible. And then if you have questions about how to make millions from your phone, you can hit me up, bert@bertmartinez.com. Remember, you were created to succeed.